This is a very exciting day. The goats and Fran and I are doing our first ever job, you could say. We're experimenting with goat cleanup. We have a hillside in need of some goats, and we brought the goats. It's where do I start? This is a friend's property, and she was mentioning it to me last week that they've been working to get rid of some buckthorn, and buckthorn is basically the main invasive species around here, but then there's a lot of berries that are popping up and other aggressive, what do they call those sometimes, the first successors or first successionals, something like that, terminology. Anyway, I said I'd love to come and try and help out, bring the goats, set up on the hillside with the fence here, and see what happens. Just experiment. It's something I've always wanted to do. So that's what we're doing here. We're experimenting, we're having fun. They did a big burn right here of some buckthorn, and you can see there's another big patch, another big pile. There's a big beautiful paper birch on the top of the hill, and these few small oak trees, red oaks I believe, and maybe a cherry here, I think. Maybe that's an old apple. Beautiful marsh down in there. You can see some open water over there. Anyway, that's the spot. And so far the goats have probably been set up here for about an hour. Yep, a little over an hour. We've got a little shade provided by this fruit tree, and they're getting after this buckthorn, it looks like. Good boy, Skylar. So defoliating in the way they do. I came through here really quickly with my scythe, successfully cut my fence there. That's okay, repair jobs. But now my plan is to get the scythe out and just sort of do my part. Franny's in there. We're practicing her being with the goats. She's doing really good. She's found a spot to be kind of comfortable, it looks like. So things are good, and I'm just gonna try to get to work myself. So I'll take some photos and get some before and after shots sort of the day here. Probably plan to stay till a little after lunch. I brought the second fence, and so I'm going to do some scything, and then while I'm scything I think I might try to plan where a second fence could go and maybe move them there for a second paddock. I wouldn't say they've fully completed this area, but we'll just see how it goes. They were kind of slowing down, and Princess was laying down, so plenty to eat, that's for sure. All right, check in with you later. I just finished scything for a little while. It's looking a little buzz cut. The animals are doing well. It's getting a little sunny, but the sky is great, and there's some clouds here and there. They're not eating the I think that's buckthorn, although there might be something else there. Those shrubby looking things are just sprouting cut trees of some kind. I went around the comfrey here and just kind of hacked at it with my scythe. My scythe blade is a little beat, but it's good for it to get used like that. I tried my best to leave things like daisies and yarrow, things that we want to encourage. Just having fun going after it. So a little progress report. Basically what I feel like I want to get at is once I move, so I'm going to try to set up the goats somewhere and then pack this fence up, and then get in there and cut down those, what they didn't eat, and cut around it on the far side there and trim that down a little bit. I see a few missed spots, but that's okay. Can hit those up later. Check in with you later. Haha! Things are looking different. Just mildly different. But I've just gone through and cut around that nice lilac and removed the first fence setup and went in there and cut down what the goats didn't, which is basically just these leftover stumps are of course just sprouting like crazy because they're untreated, and so we're gonna see what can be done with just regularly cutting that back. It's mostly buckthorn, and there's some honeysuckle that is doing the same thing, and maybe some plum or cherry mixed in. You know, trees that are just trying to do their thing. Here's a nice buckthorn, I believe. But now I got the goats set up over here with Franny on the hillside still, of course. Franny seems to be kind of getting into the sleeping on the hillside. Look at her. Is everyone doing all right? So I actually already had mowed most of this with my scythe, but I left a little section up here that Skylar and Cupid are working on, and Prinny's eating up the freshly cut briar. It's a lot of that, as you can see, the little upturned white underside. Hi, are you having fun with this? Are you having fun staying busy? My first impressions of working with my goats are that it's great, but that 3 goats and this fence, you know, I feel kind of, it's not that magical, wondrous thing that you hear about on the TV about goats, you know, saving woodlands and all of that. It's not that right now, but you know what it is? It's practice. And it's up the same alley, that's for sure. What I can feel good about is just getting ungulates onto this land and getting some hoof action, getting some poop action, getting some saliva action. I think it does good things for the land itself. You're gonna get yourself shocked. There we go. I felt shocked by that. Sorry, buddy. He'll learn. He has learned. I don't know why he still tries it out so regularly. I love you, buddy. I'm sorry that happened. They constantly test out the fence, so I constantly have to keep it live. It's the only way to have a safe electric fence. Well, I'm feeling pretty good about the work that has been done today. I think most of the work was basically done by me and my scythe, but you know, my goats. Buddy, you're not gonna do it again, are you? I think he likes it. But it was, yeah, it's fun to bring goats and try it out and do it and learn and get better at it. So certainly not a waste, I don't think, to bring them out here and work with them. Quite the opposite. Quite a pleasure, and it's really just an incredible, beautiful day to be outside, which really helps, you know. It's like 70 degrees and partially cloudy and breezy. I don't think it gets better than that. So I'd say this has been a pretty successful day overall. The homeowner, she has gone out for a little bit, and I think when she gets back, her and her daughter and I are going to have some lunch, and then I'll probably pack up the goats and get home to have a chill afternoon maybe. We'll get some other stuff done, but this has really been a pleasure. I guess I had some hopes that my goats would just get their bellies so full and be really eager to just fill up, but you know, they're just comfortable goats enjoying themselves, and maybe part of that not really getting super full has to do with the just that, you know, it's these three, and I don't know if there's a lot of mob mentality as far as, I feel like I've heard about that mob mentality with grazing and mob grazing. I don't think I'm gonna really get that with 3 goats. They're just all so comfortable with each other. I don't think that competition is really there to just be crazy and eat and go for it. But we'll see. Maybe it means more goats in the future, but for now, I've got these 3 lovely guys and girl. All right. I think I'm gonna conclude it. It's been a really fun morning here on this little hillside, doing our part to combat non-native invasive species and promote healthy ecosystems. Feels great. Catch you later. Thank you so much for watching this video of my goats and I getting to do our first job, and thank you to my friend Millie and her daughter for having me over for the day and allowing me to experiment and do something that I've dreamt of doing for over a couple years, since getting my first goat and being interested in goats, using them on the landscape to restore and clean up land is a exciting venture that I hope to do more of. This is a little clip from back in May, the full moon rising. Well, my goats were grazing, and I had some laundry hung up. The GoPro does a great job of I just switched there to the night mode. Thanks again for watching. I hope to catch you again soon. Bye.